This is a Kmart Studios production, sponsored by MJB Electric and Doug's a Chiropractic. Welcome to the ZaBillsPodcast. If this is your first time, we discuss everything Buffalo Bills. Thank you and enjoy the show. Go Bills.
Listeners' discretion is advised. ZaBillsPodcast.
I can't do it. We'll do it live. We'll do it live. Fuck it. Do it live. I'll write it and we'll do it live. Fucking thing sucks.
In 5, 4, 3.
Hey, everybody. Welcome back into a ZaBills podcast. The Bills beat the Patriots. I believe the path is still open and kind of wide, right?
Don't say wide right.
Wide right.
Wide correct.
It's Freudian slip.
Narrow.
Wide correct, yeah. Bills win 35-31. They were down at 1.21 nothing, right?
21-7,
Yeah.
24-7 at half.
Yeah. Okay, where do we start? How this is what, the third game in a row of a very similar beginning finish?
First half.
Yeah.
I'll be the Bills truther and say this one was a little different.
How so?
You really thought they weren't going to come back and win?
I didn't.
The Bills defense, if you look at it, if they give them a review to where they can do it, it's a 3-and-out for the Patriots because that's not a catch by Booty. The Bills defense stopped them on the next drive. So from a defensive standpoint, you would have stopped the Patriots twice to open up the game.
Was that long one third down?
Yep.
Yes, it was.
It was a third down. And then on the other side, if Cooks can just catch the ball sometime between the middle of the field and before he got to you're all the way down to the 30.
Right.
And the offense is moving the ball, which we haven't seen. So none of those things happened. So I also will say that the Bills started the same as they did the weeks before. On the scoreboard, it was the same. This one, to me, had a little bit different. I don't think they came out flat. I think the very first play is the Cooks play. It's a great call. It's something that they opened up with. And the defense got to stop even after they scored that first. They forced a turnover. You know, New England punted on their second series. So it's not like Cincy where they just went down and scored touchdown. It was touchdown, punt, and then touchdown. So a little bit different, but definitely I wasn't overly thrilled at halftime, like most of Buffalo.
Right.
So I will agree with everybody else there. I won't stick my neck out saying it's totally different.
Okay.
There are some hints of this was a little bit different game script than what we've seen in the past.
Okay. Brendan.
I will say that I wasn't feeling good in the first half, if you could believe that. And then I will say, though, that there was definitely some nice momentum early on coming out of halftime. I mean, scoring right out of halftime was amazing. They get a big stop. They go back. They score again. You're like, okay, this is not, impossible now. So it's just, I mean, nobody saw, I think, 5 touchdowns in a row coming out of them.
You should have.
After the first half.
That was the playoff perfect. It's just you sandwiched it with.
I know. It's just, and I will say, I will give props to the defense, too. I mean, like you said, that one was not a catch, which we were talking about in the text thread. Like, I don't really understand when they can use this replay assist and when they can't.
Right.
Because they seem to use it at inopportune times for us, at least in that first half. Not to say we didn't get some calls in this game, which we did for sure. But I hated that sequence where it was just like, first of all, I don't know why McDermott didn't challenge it.
They never they never saw the actual replay before they got to the line. Mm-hmm. And that was CBS. That was everybody. No one saw the actual replay, which is why I think replay assist didn't actually do that. So if you are going to do like to what you're saying, I think you need to maybe hold them up to where you can't run up to the line to do that stuff. If you're going to actually use replay assist that way, then there should be maybe where you hold up the offense and say,
like you can't start till we take a look at it.
Until we take a look at it. Which is that, and I mean the clock also didn't start at all at the end. So there's some kind
That
of
was goofy
shady,
right there.
like, Patriots play.
See, that's always my thing is like the ambiguity of it. If I can,
You got it.
Ambiguity?
Yeah, you got it.
There you go.
Nailed it.
It's only my first drink, so I'll pronounce
Maybe I should have a couple. But I think like you have to either like know that you're going to look at it, like everything should be looked at or everything shouldn't be looked at. Like we did get some calls the other day, but I felt like either way it should be more concrete. I guess is what I'm trying to say.
right. Like standardized.
Yeah, exactly. Like there shouldn't be any like did they look at this one? No, they didn't, but they looked at this one, and why did they do that? Nobody really knows. That kind of thing like that.
McDermott did address it too. He was like, later in the game, because there are some tells. The Patriots were moving very, very quickly to snap the ball.
Yeah.
That's usually a tell that, we got to get this off before someone challenges it. McDermott said, had I, been third quarter later in the game, I might have challenged it just on gut feeling, but he didn't have the actual evidence, as you said, to make that call. And I watched it 5 or 6 times, and I was 50-50. I didn't see enough. I saw the ball move a little bit, but was hands there. In real live time, I don't know if I would have challenged it either. I'm not backing McDermott. It was a big enough play where I probably would have wasted a timeout on a gamble, but with absolutely no evidence and then moving fast, that's how it goes.
See, and to me, that thought process is kind of backwards. And I'm not an NFL coach, and maybe it's more reasonable than I think. But to me, it's like, okay, it's the beginning of the game. Why not? You kill timeouts all the time,
right?
Doing dumb shit.
Yeah, but
like, at least this one's like, hey, this is a pretty big play for us. It's a momentum builder. Hindsight 2020, it was really a momentum builder,
right?
But
we saw Detroit get burned. Detroit got burned in their game. He threw the challenge flag. It was not something you could challenge. They lost a timeout as a result. They didn't get the challenge. They lost a timeout. It didn't come back to bite them going into half, but we're very critical of McDermott's use of timeouts, and if he's going to waste one that early, I could see this podcast being up in arms about that.
I'm not going to beat up on McDermott for actually not throwing it. For me, the third play of the game, it's kind of one of those 50-50, like you said. Whatever, you roll the dice at that point.
Playoff game, maybe.
Playoff game.
Right.
I think my beef is more of how there were plays where replay assist specifically helped, and they slowed the game down for replay assist to make a call.
Yeah.
And this wasn't one of them.
Right.
There were 2 plays the Patriots specifically had that, like, Vrabel couldn't even throw a challenge flag on the Cooks one because they were doing replay assist on it. They're like, no, you can't throw it yet because we got to look at it. Well,
right.
What happened like 5 minutes ago?
Right. So the way I interpret replay assist is the opening lines: real time, objective, clear, and obvious error. I don't know if that misplay or that bobbled ball on the third play of the game was clear, obvious. I think it's a ball spot type thing. That's what the coach's challenge is for. If you're going to have replay assist do it all, why have the red flag in the first place?
I just thought it was no different than the Bills one that they did look
right.
So it was like,
right.
okay, should we tell Josh, hey, run up there and hurry up and snap the ball, run a play?
And they tried to, and they stopped them.
They stopped them. So how can you do that?
Are you talking about
beef.
The bobble? Is that the play you're talking about?
Or even the one where they marked the ball wrong even on replay assist.
Right. And the only thing I will say, then that's correct. The only thing I will say the difference is one was out of bounds versus one was actually in the play of the field, and the ball might have hit the ground first.
Yeah, but he was a toe tap away from
100%.
It wasn't clear and
100%.
obvious. They had to slow it down, and he had to see that, he was a half an inch away from getting his foot down. It's not like it was 1 foot and the other one was up at his shoulders.
It was Gillette Field shenanigans.
Yeah,
I will go with it, and I'm fine with it. I'm as somebody who's played sports and you have a home field advantage. That's a home field advantage. Right. But then don't go on the next day and cry about other stuff.
That's what I wanted to talk about. Offensive holding, which they did get called for offensive holding.
And they lost a touchdown because of it.
Yeah.
That they scored on the next play, but it wiped out a touchdown.
I think it's a little bit of sour grapes, and coming from a lifelong Patriot for the most part, not to get a call, you're going to complain about that? How many calls do they get a lot of times? I mean, I know the last 5 or 6 years have been rough, but before that...
He wasn't there for that.
Yeah, but
but
he was
the whole
there
time
for
he
when
played.
they complained about the 7 calls that they had called on them, and I'm pretty sure we had 13 week 5. So they still, even if you add up the both weeks, the Bills had more penalties called against them.
Want to also take note, because I could see this as a fact that's going to slip by the wayside. Not only did we win, we beat the Patriots after they were coming off their own bye. And we've seen how the Buffalo Bills are pretty stout, in a week after a bye. It was in New England. They had close to 11 days off to prepare for the Bills, and the Bills still pulled out a win. That can't go unnoticed.
Yeah, no, I agree, and I think it was a huge win. Obviously, I'd love to see them play at the start of the game like they do in the second half.
It would be wonderful if they play at the start of the game.
Yeah, I mean, because I think that's only gonna last so long. Like, you're gonna run into a team where they just kind of boat race you a little bit. So I don't know who that is yet, but I mean, like, I just don't think you can count on that all the time. And so for 3 weeks, just about, we've been kind of doing the same kind of thing for the most part. I agree with you about what you're saying about was it Booty?
A couple plays that didn't go our way.
Yeah, I think this week's a little bit different. I also think the Bills' philosophy is a little bit different. If you listen to some of the players' interviews in the offseason or early in the season on some different platforms, especially on the defensive side, I think they come out with a philosophy, and if you look at it, and it was said earlier, and I've kind of watched it this season, they really attack the first down. So their goal is to stop them, get a 3 and out, get the offense back on the field. And then I feel like we've gone into, if that doesn't happen, which it hasn't happened basically the entire season, they were close to it this week, they go more into that bend, don't break. The problem is we break usually before we even get to where you do the bend and break, because bend and break is you get them into your zone, take field space away, and then it's harder for the offense to go. They've broken long runs against us. How many times have we seen? I mean, there were 250-plus runs in this game.
I didn't realize he was that fast. I watched him play in Ohio State, and he didn't seem that fast, but he outran every one of our guys.
When he was pulling away from Hairston was when I'm like, he's fast.
Yeah.
Wow.
I said, "There's our white safety getting outrun."
I knew he didn't have it. He tried. But if you really look at it, it's Hairston, especially on the second one, that just was running as fast as he was, and he pulled away from him. So that's some crazy elite speed.
Yeah,
and I can't sit there and say Hairston isn't fast, because he basically jogged with Booty, who is also a speedster, and kept up with him all game long. So
what do you think is the holdup, though? Like, we've managed to score 7, 0 points this first set, right? No, we scored how
7.
many?
First half we had
7.
a touchdown.
Week before, what was it? 7 or 3? The week before was 3.
Okay.
So what do you think? Why is it happening regularly?
I think it's recency bias. The Bills are still the number 1 offense for scoring points on the first drive.
Yeah, okay, but why?
It's law. To me, I'm saying law averages. Like, the last 3 weeks, we haven't seen it. They haven't scored the points.
But overall,
if you look at the offense, they're the number 1 offense for scoring points on their opening drive. The defense, on the other hand, I do it based on what I had said before. I really think
Whoa. Stop the podcast. This dude just infiltrated Bills Suck Go Patriots. F you, asshole.
hey, but check out
Scoreboard.
Check out our Buffalo Pizza.
Nomar 224. Oh, is that Nomar?
He might be.
Red Sox guy? You suck.
Except we do like your hockey team. Go Bruins.
Get the hell out of here, Sean.
By we, he means him.
Yeah. This freaking guy right here. He's the Bruins fan. Show him. Show Nomar.
Nomar.
You guys should exchange phone numbers.
Anytime, buddy.
Yeah.
Diehard Bruins fan.
together.
We got taste when it comes to hockey. Yeah, I could you put the camera on me for 1 second?
Oh,
it's not a
he wants to talk to you, Sean.
I don't
Stare into his eyes, Nomar.
I don't want to make this a Boston
Here you go,
Bruins
Nomar.
podcast, but we always could do that. I would like to take this opportunity to once again to apologize to Josh Allen.
Are we there already?
We're there already. I've got to get
Jeez.
this out. Josh, I am apologize. It was 21-0, and I walked away, and I threw my hands up in the air, and I said, this game's over. And that was it. I didn't leave. I just kind of said, I saw Drake May do the arm ball extension as he walked in the actual end zone, and I said, that's it. The Bills are going to get crushed, and we're done. And this is the third or fourth time that the Bills have done this. And I would tell people this story in Buffalo, and they would look at me as if I had four heads, and they'd be like, what do you mean you gave up on them? Don't you remember Baltimore? Don't you remember Cincinnati? And I say, yeah, but this was in New England. They were 11-2. We're not. We were getting dummied. So, Josh, probably for the fourth time this season, I'd like to openly apologize for questioning, not the integrity of the Buffalo Bills, but questioning your resilience. And I'm very sorry on behalf of all Bills Nation that doubted you and the Buffalo Bills.
I don't think you're alone. I doubted them for a half.
I doubted him greatly. And in fact, usually watching the game, I'm usually pretty quiet for the most part. And I was so mad that like my wife started laughing at me making all these different grunts and stuff like that because I was just like dumbfounded sometimes. Like the Cooks catch, like I know it's just a drop, but I'm MFing him so bad.
That's a big drop.
Yeah.
It's the very
Big
first
drop.
play
Yeah.
of their offense.
And that's so that play, well, not necessarily just that play, but throwing it deep is something I think they should do more often. That like I think it gets the defense on the heels a little bit.
Yeah.
And
You know, draw some pass interference calls like they
Yeah.
did later in the game. So
yeah, exactly. But yeah, so the first half of it, I didn't leave at all at any time. But I was definitely not happy. Even right before halftime when they got that field goal, I was not happy about that. But I mean, you know, what are you going to do? Obviously, an amazing second half for the most part. Amazing game altogether. I think something that I talk about sometimes is about how James Cook kind of brings it all together for us. I think that's kind of what happened. Like a lot of, if you watch like ESPN or anything like that, they want to talk about Josh Allen all day, but I think it's nothing to take away from him. But I think it's more James Cook that the stuff that he's doing on the ground. He scored one through the air this time, so I think together he kind of makes Josh go, is what I think.
Well, not only that, too. I mean, the defense and special teams were great in the second half. I mean, special teams were pretty good all game, but in the second half especially, like the defensive adjustments were great. And, I mean, we even got away from some zone. They were playing a little man there for a second.
Yeah.
I mean, Trey White, didn't do too shabby there in the second half.
He's
so
played good for the last month.
Yeah, he's been doing all right, especially for his age. So I'd like to apologize to absolutely no one. Because when you're down 21-0 to the Patriots, who have beaten 124 teams in that scenario when they're up by 21 points, and you're the only one in the history of the Patriots organization to beat them when they were up by 21 points. So there.
And who is this apology sponsored by, Brendan?
MJB Electric?
No.
No, the bottle in front.
Your bourbon.
The bottle in front of you. That bottle right there.
Little Woodford Reserve here. Pretty just easy finder on the shelf. Daily sipper. We're going to get some for Kyle here in a minute.
Oh, boy.
Chugging the gasoline.
All right.
Sticking with the defense, we saw vintage Milano.
Yes.
He
We did
was
see some
3
nice plays
and a
in
half,
Milano.
4 years. Milano having a hell of a game.
Yeah.
The 2 sacks were mighty impressive.
Yeah.
He's
fast again.
The hits
Seems
he
like
was
it.
laying,
Yeah.
it was Milano from 4 years ago. It was crazy.
The shot he took on Diggs was fantastic.
Yeah.
After Diggs ran his mouth.
And the one thing I don't want to get lost in all this too is Ray Davis on those returns.
Yeah.
He set us up
Yes.
a couple times. I mean,
He leads the NFL now.
Yep.
That's what they say.
Here's the question: who was leading the way on the Ray Davis run?
I didn't.
Gilliam?
Gilliam.
Was it Gilliam?
No.
On one of them. Anybody else?
Shavers.
Prater.
No, he blew his leg out on the last kick. Damn it. Alec
Made it,
Anderson. If you really want to see
okay.
something, Alec Anderson is the one that was out, number 70. Our sixth offensive lineman was out as his basically fullback on the last one where they ran it out and got great field which is insane. So
Shout out.
it's been years since the Bills have had a decent special teams coach. So thank you for that. That was great. I mean, they've done some different things. And I go back to the 4 Super Bowls and going to 4 Super Bowls, and that record stands. So,
Yeah, there we go.
So sip what you got. Like we're in Miami. We didn't win any of them, but we're the only team that's gone 4 times. But back then, I think the big beef is we came out with our game plan, really never made any changes. People changed things up, and we struggled to adapt to what they were doing. I think that is a 180 of what this current coaches and staff is. And I think on defense, Kyle, you asked a little bit of why it's happening that way. I don't think they come out and play vanilla on defense in the beginning, but I do think that they kind of play not as vanilla, but they attack those first 3 plays, and then they
Like French vanilla?
Yeah, like French vanilla.
Vanilla
Like they
bean.
sit back
Right.
and they're just kind of watching to see how the offense is attacking them so that they know later in the game, like, okay, this is how we're going to.
Oh, so the Bills are slow playing people.
Yeah, I don't think it's great
They're letting the
to
running
do
backs
that.
get tired.
Do you get the wow factor when you actually see them blitz for how infrequently they do? It's like, oh, here they come. They're actually blitzing.
If you look at the blitz splits, they do not blitz really in the first half at all.
Yeah.
It's really low percentage. And if you look in the second half, it's a lot. But I think that they want to blitz smartly. I don't think just blindly to do different things. And some of the all-22 stuff with how the Bills had success in the second half and how they didn't have it in the first half, the Patriots D-line ran a lot of stunts and different things in the first half that was giving the offensive line a lot of credit, a lot of problems, and kind of stop some stuff. In the second half, they would just let him run the stunt, and it took them out of their place. Like the touchdown that he threw to Knox, that guy ran the wrong stunt. Josh is out on the side. When do you ever see Josh roll out right with not a soul over there?
Right.
You know, they let the Patriots.
I thought he was going
make
to
some-
run for sure.
Right. They had a spy on him, so I think that's why he didn't take off. And he fires a missile into Dawson Knox.
He had some great throws, I'll say.
Yeah.
Yeah, what's up with Knox? Like all of a sudden he's there.
He's playing for next year.
2 touchdowns in a row, right? Two games with 2 touchdowns in a row. Isn't that what happened?
He's a
Or
new
one,
father.
1 and 2 anyway. Yeah.
Our tight ends are our wide receivers.
Yeah, Knox
In the
had 2.
passing game.
He had 2.
If you look at the box scores for almost every game, it's James Cook and the tight ends.
Yeah.
But
Yep.
there's a catch.
What's the catch?
You know, I was looking at that. Shakir had 5 targets, 5 receptions. Between Kincaid and Knox, they only have 6. So they
Well,
targeted.
yardage, though.
They had 8
There's
catches.
some big gains.
No, I right here. Shakir.
Do we still have our Patriots fan on live?
I blocked his ass.
You blocked
Oh, I'm
his ass.
sorry.
No, he got
man.
he got unruly on here, so I can't have that.
You blocked him too quick. I was going to tell him it's not an airport. You don't have to announce your departure because he was blocking us.
Oh man.
Yeah, he got
I mean,
mouthy.
I was only going to say it because the Shakir catch, which was a catch,
Yeah.
if you actually go to the all-22, it's insane that he actually caught it, and then they ripped the ball out, which they didn't show on replay. CBS kind of blew that one a little bit. I understand it was a penalty anyway, so you know there's no sense in. But Shakir actually caught that ball.
Yeah.
Like
5.
when you watch that live, even when the replays that they showed, you kind of were like, I could kind of see where the Patriots were like, he picked the ball off, you know. But no,
I didn't
Shakir
think it-
had
at
the
least from
ball on the ground. It's insane catch. Go back
you-
and
yeah.
watch
Are you
like the
talking
all-22.
Pass interference.
The one that was
play?
the pass
The
interference,
pass interference
one.
play.
Yeah.
He
I mean-
caught the ball, had it on the ground, touched down, and then they ripped the ball out, and he took the ball from him. So it was in kudos to the Zebras that actually called it the right way. And
So-
if you look at the all-22, it's the guy, the shot that you can see it is the inside shot. It's not the outside that we saw on the broadcast. It's the camera angle from inside the field, and it's the official that came from inside the field that actually is like, no, it's a simultaneous catch. He caught the ball, and it was the right call.
You know, we were talking about the tight ends just for shits and giggles after the Cincinnati game. I threw together a bet just to see what it would be because in the Cincinnati game, all 3 tight ends caught a touchdown.
Correct.
$10, 3,500.
Wow.
You'll win $3,500 on a $10 bet if you bet that.
But you'll never.
No, it'll
make
never.
that bet.
I can bet that the rest of my life. It'll never happen again.
They run the Bills. Bills run a lot of the Rams offense where the Rams are throwing multiple tight ends out. And the difference is the Rams have Puka, he's insane this year.
Yeah.
And they had Devontae Adams until his hamstring injury this week.
Yep.
So I think they have, if you just add those two more weapons, which I think you still have, you make a case for Shakir being one of them. It's the other one that you're kind of missing right now.
Palmer was not much of a factor.
Coming back from
one
injury
catch.
too.
Yeah, I mean, I get it. Yeah, but not much of a factor.
One catch, I would say, too. The second one that he could have had, I think, is a Josh throw.
Cooks
I think he was
got-
open. He had separation on Christian Gonzalez, their best wide receiver. He was actually separated at that point.
Right.
Josh puts the ball on him. He gets 2 catches and probably double the amount of yards that he currently
I
has.
needed 7 out of him, so 7 more yards out of Josh to hit this 8-leg parlay. And Torrance, that holding call
I was
on
going to
that
say, was that the
run-in.
only?
Yeah, that
was
took
the
one
only
away.
one that didn't hit.
No, it's when he ran in for that touchdown.
No, he means leg. That's
your
your only
only
leg
leg.
that didn't hit, right?
No, the other one didn't hit because of that holding call on the Josh Allen scramble
And
touchdown.
If the parlay would have hit, we wouldn't have seen Kyle here on the podcast, folks. So,
No, I would have got 2 of each pizza tonight. 2 of each.
Not to get lost.
Shit.
If we move on the defense a little bit, I do want to talk about how they responded after that 65-yard run, because that was a nice punchback. It was a total blown play. It wasn't the Buffalo Bills. That happens more often than you'd think.
it was a hold, too.
Of course, you've got a pile right there. You got guys.
Not according to Vrabel.
I get it. They were jazzed up because of this comeback they were making. The defense was hungry. They just got sucked in. He bounced it out and made a great play. But at no time did the defense look unnerved. The team didn't look unnerved. Josh looked a little unnerved on the sidelines.
And I'm sick of seeing how unnerved he is. It's all over the damn internet. I'm like, oh my God, I don't want to see this again.
It was funny because was it Nance?
Yeah.
Was caught off guard himself. He's like,
He's having a little tough time there. Is what
Sorry
he's-
about it. Yeah, I was like, I'm sorry we caught that one. But Josh, that's a normal thing apparently for him.
It is,
As it was for Jim Kelly back in his day. But at no point in time, I was actually like, all right, that's good, because they're not going to waste time, burn the clock, old school Brady, and score last play and we lose. I'm like, all right, we get the ball right back.
There are some people that said that killed them.
Which one?
That run particular, by doing that and scoring within 15 seconds, stuck their defense
Yes.
back out.
And I was
yet
thinking the
again
same thing.
to where they were shot.
Yeah.
And the Bills just kind of went through them at that point. They dogged them. They were, time of possession was 22-8, I think, somewhere around there in the second half.
I will say this. It did have a feel once you got to the second half of a big brother, little brother. I'm the oldest in my family. I had a sister growing up. I never had a brother, but I've had friends who had brothers. And that big brother always kind of has that little, hovers over the little brother.
I think it's MVP Josh shows up.
And, well, I'm just saying it had that feel to it. And the young brother is coming of age. He's in his prime. He kind of compete. He's got the advantage. He's got the edge. But right there, the big brother just puts the paw down and says, "Enough's enough," and takes over. And that's what that game felt like.
They did that, and I think coaching was absolutely, as much as we've harped on them for weeks, this is a game that I can't harp on the coaching for the way that they are. You might say they came out and you can play that. The second half, they made up for it and then some. Really what struggled was in the second half was Drake May. Mm-hmm. And he struggled a lot because Joey Bosa was dropping into coverage.
Yeah.
I know he did it on the last play, but if you go back and watch the game again, he did it multiple times where they dropped him out into coverage, into those small zones where those easy passes that he hit on us on the first, and he had no answers. He held on to the ball. Yeah. Like both Milano's sacks were coverage sacks. They weren't because he rushed and blew somebody up and got there. It's because the coverage on the back end was great, which
is not historically
what we've had. And you're going into the game. I don't think they score the touchdown. Like, that's a toe injury. That's a Thursday toe injury. Benford doesn't let him break contain on that. That's Hairston that locked down on it. That's a rookie mistake. You go and do tape. It's Hairston, it's Epinesa that both broke contain on that play. Benford's done that play for the last 4 weeks. Consistently done that play. That doesn't happen. That touchdown doesn't happen. They lose 3 yards coming out, Now, granted, they then have multiple plays and can do whatever they want the rest of the game. But I think the defense, they made some serious adjustments and really made Drake May. There's a lot of times where he threw the ball. If you look at the all-22 to the wrong person, he held onto the ball. He was very uncomfortable, didn't know what he was looking at, and that's kudos to the defense.
And I'll bring it back to what you started with, the coaching. The coaches really didn't have an answer. Once the Bills started punching down, Drake May looked confused. The offense looked confused. Coordinator, coach, they had no response or answer once the second half kickoff started. Once the Bills started rolling, it was an avalanche, and there was nothing they really could do outside of that great 65-yard run to really slow them down. And you could have played this game for another 4 quarters, and the Bills just would have kept piling on.
The only time they were stopped in the red zone was victory formation. They were 5 of 6.
Yeah.
Crazy.
And it sucks that you weren't 100%, but you kneeled down for the 100%.
Yeah.
I'll take it.
Yep.
Anytime we're going to victory formation, I'll take it.
Yeah.
Yeah, best play in football.
They almost could have brought in Trubisky,
I wish.
right?
I wish. Got a question for the ZaBills cast here. Josh Allen so far this season. Completion percentage, passer rating, yards per carry, better or worse than last year currently?
We're guessing.
Yes.
Oh, I
You have
know
the
this
facts?
one, so I'll let everybody else go.
I'm going to say better.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, I would say better.
I'm going to say worse.
Better.
It's better.
Every single category?
Every single category. He is better for completions, percentage, passer rating, yards per carry, all better than last year's MVP.
The only stat you didn't put on there, which is probably not better, is probably his turnovers.
Yeah.
That might be
Well,
last
that's
year.
definitely.
Yeah.
that's
Well,
definitely-
and
But
the other
they're-
one is
They're
touchdowns.
normal now, I think.
Yeah.
Don't you think they're roughly like what?
No, he was abnormally
good last year.
Yeah, like he blew past
That's what I'm
the
saying. This year's
turnovers,
normal,
like-
kind of.
I mean, he was
This is a
abnormally good
normal.
for any quarterback ever.
Yeah,
last
insane.
year.
Like you
Yeah.
don't turn the ball over. I mean, that's the Stafford thing. He went 4 touchdowns and no picks for 4 weeks.
4 weeks.
Yeah.
And basically
Got lit up.
which I think gets him the MVP.
Yeah.
Stafford. I think this game took the Drake May out of the MVP race. Kind of put Josh a little bit in it, but I still think it's Stafford. that
I'm
that
okay with
gets
that.
it.
That's fine. I don't. Whatever. I don't care.
So
I don't know. Don't you think it has something to do with kind of how this season finishes though?
Yes.
Like if we actually come back and get the division, which I don't think is going to happen, but if that somehow happens and Josh is Josh through the last 3 games, I think there's probably a strong
you would talk
case.
about it, but you would also need Stafford to drop off, and I'm pretty sure they're getting the one. The Rams are I'm pretty sure in the NFC are getting one and have only lost 2 games.
I would think though, there's always different elements. I think to this MVP discussion, right? Like they always say, it's not always about stats; it's about
Who's
how
the most
valuable
valuable?
are
That
to
was
their
Josh
team.
and
it still is.
Yeah. Still is.
Like I was listening to somebody today who was saying that 1 to 53, this is one of the worst teams that Josh has been on talent wise.
Yep.
I will push back against that a little bit. And if somebody's keeping score of the pushback or anything,
That
like
might have been the
that,
first
We're
one.
one.
It is the first one.
We're one.
I think we're the worst talent wide receiver room that the Bills have had.
Oh, definitely.
By far, currently. Their offensive line was great last year. They're even better this year. You have James Cook playing probably his best season that
agree.
he's done right now. You're the number 1 rushing team in the league. Number 1. Cook has a chance. He's 28 yards behind Jonathan Taylor with them playing Old Man Rivers. He has a chance to win the rushing title, which no one's done since the juice was loose. Before the juice really was loose.
Allegedly.
I I don't know if we have to say that anymore with some Netflix series and things like that, but allegedly.
It's fun.
Protect myself. They have different weapons that we haven't in Buffalo have seen, and I think that's where some of the animosity and some of the talk has been. They're not the same offense. When you look statistically, it's the Rams for drive completion, ending in touchdown or moving the ball, and second team is the Bills. Their offense is still, even their passing offense, which has been, they've had horrible weeks, and they've had weeks where they're horrible just because Cook ran for 260 and they didn't have to throw the ball multiple times. Pittsburgh, Carolina, you're going to suck at passing, and they're still 11th in the NFL. Their superstars that Josh has are in different spots.
And I'll push back.
Whoa, shit! Is that 3?
I'll double.
Does that count as 2?
It's 40.
That's 2 and 1.
Checks here. 40. I think part of that angst is you're paying a guy $60 million. Josh, I love you, to hand the ball off. You expect more of a return. And I'm pushing back only to be a pushback guy.
But I don't think.
But I think that's why Buffalo Bills fans are pretty not upset. I don't think they're upset. I think everything you said was 100% right. But Josh Allen, I mean, it takes him, and I want it this way. I don't want him under pressure. I don't want him getting knocked down. But you lose a little bit when a $60 million guy is turning around, pivoting, and handing the ball off.
Yeah, but he had 3 touchdowns last week.
100%.
And I'm paying the $60 million guy on the play that iced. He alerted, changed the play, gave the ball to Ty Johnson. Yep. And we got into victory.
Yep.
That's what I'm paying him $60 million.
And I agree. I'm just being a pushback snob here. But I think to a normal, casual Buffalo Bills fans, they'd say, "Oh, he's not throwing the ball 75 yards.
He's got to chuck the rock around." And we can be Joe Burrow and talking about how we hate life currently.
Right. See, and I agree.
The thing is about Josh Allen is that some things might, looking at it might seem different than what it is. So he needs 3 more total touchdowns this year to get 40 for the 6th year in a row.
Well, he's the first one ever to get 6 in a row with 35 or more.
Yeah.
First quarterback ever.
Yeah.
He's the first one to beat all 3, the big 3.
Yeah.
Mahomes, Burrows, and
Tom Brady.
Lamar Jackson.
Yep. Yeah. Of the 4 of them. The
Correct.
first one to beat the other 3.
Correct. In one season.
Yep. So he's the first ballot. That I don't care if he wins the Super Bowl or not. I think he's the first ballot. Period. Just stat wise, I know everybody hangs their hats on Super Bowls and all that, but look at Kelly. Look at Marino.
Well, look how many records he's already broken.
That's what I'm saying.
And look how the opposing coach, Vrabel, had nothing but great things.
You know what?
To say.
Sorry.
Oh, you're good. Yeah.
This is just popped in my head. I don't want to forget it. This is irrelevant to what we're talking about right now, but I know in our group chat, a lot of the conversation about Phillip Rivers was his
kids
eligibility
age
for 5 years now.
5 years. You know what? He's the smartest guy on the planet because you know what taking that snap did? Gave him 5 more years of health insurance for all those kids.
Yeah, I saw that.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
I don't think, to collect it, to relive your dream one more time, I kind of, earlier in the week, I was like, really? You're giving that up?
And health insurance for 10 kids.
Hey, that was great, but good on him. Good on him. They made it interesting. You got a little bit of the natural feel, you know, if you're playing the music in the background.
DraftKings made a killing on him because they put up a prop, and I took it. I bet 200 yards and 2 touchdowns. 15,000 people bet it, and he didn't hit it.
No, they hit him. He hit 130,
130 and 1. Yeah.
That's unbelievable. How about, speaking of unbelievable, the Chiefs aren't in the playoffs.
And Mahomes is
hurt.
It's the first time since 1999 that Brady, Peyton Manning, or Patrick Mahomes are not in the playoffs.
That's fine. I just want the graphic changed.
To
add Josh. Just keep it going.
Well, he's in it.
Not in the playoffs?
Huh?
But he's in it.
He's going to be in it. Just keep Josh, and you can keep the graphic going.
I don't
know. The first time that he's not in there?
You can keep the graphic. You can pass the torch on. You can have, it was obviously passed from Peyton Manning to Brady to Mahomes.
I got you now. Okay.
Make Josh the 4th and just keep the streak going.
But we want him in the playoffs.
Keep him in the playoffs.
Yeah.
Well, he is. I mean, I know we're not, but, currently, technically, but,
So let's talk about what I brought up in the opening, because we could beat this game to it. It's the same shit every game. Before we move on to that, playing this way, is this sustainable for playing teams in the playoffs? Are the teams going to be that much better in the playoffs where they can't get away with such a slow start? Because again, regular season game, I'm watching the first half going, what the F am I watching? End of the game, like, holy smokes, they played like shit, and now they freaking won, and look at here, third comeback game, blah, blah, blah. If it was a playoff game, I'd be freaking dancing in the street, Super Bowl win, obviously jumping off the roof. So, you know what I mean? Like, can that work in the playoffs? I don't know. I guess it depends who they get.
I don't think it's sustainable. I mean, I just don't. I think I'm not really afraid of anybody in the playoffs that are in the playoffs right now, except for maybe Houston.
Yeah.
I don't worry about Houston.
Yeah.
Okay, so besides Houston's defense, who else? Maybe Denver's?
Denver.
That's right.
Yeah.
So those two you might not be able to get away with that?
That's what I was going to say. It wasn't the playoffs. It was the defenses that you're living a dangerous game.
Yeah.
But you're going up against a quality defense like Denver, like Houston. That's a risky proposition right there.
So
I don't have Denver opening up with multiple touchdowns in a row. They've come back in almost every game. So, like, when you look at some of those things, too.
Damn, they're 12-2.
Yeah.
They're 12-2, and he's come back on, almost every game? They had their 2 losses. They weren't even losing in the game, I think, at one point, right? Indy beat them on a walk-off early in the season. They had another one where they lost on a walk-off. But if you watch some of the games, they've been getting some
they lost. Their 2 losses, 1 point to Colts, 3 points to the Chargers.
Yeah, so
close.
They're there. I mean, I think the Bills are. There's merit in saying that this is not the most complete Bills team currently, and I will agree with that. It's not the most complete Bills team, but it's also the most injured Bills team currently. Tell me what the Bills look like in the playoffs. You get Ed Oliver back. You get some
I've
players
thought about that
back.
many times. Yep.
You know, then tell me what the Bills look like when they get in there. And I think this week was a little bit different. I know I was raging 21, like I had my McDermott, like, go for it on fourth, like you had the ball inside the Patriots.
Playoffs, you should do that.
Right. You go for it on fourth early. He punted the ball away a couple times, led to the 21. You know, there was me yelling at those times, like, you should have gone for it. I think he does go for that in a playoff. Catch the ball, Cooks. You have that. You get the, you know what I mean? Like, you get the call. Like, this one felt different. It was 21-0, but it felt different. Like, Cincy, they ran through them. And I think what I've come to expect is if you're playing Joe Burrow, you're playing Patrick Mahomes, you're playing Lamar Jackson, they're going to score points because they're really good.
Yeah.
And guess what? Josh Allen's going to score points because he's really good. Like, we know he's going to get points because he's really good. You know, it goes the other way. He's not the only really good player in the NFL that's going to score points. So you just kind of, those are the games that, you know, your heart rate, you burn a little bit more calories. Your heart, you know, puts a little bit more stress on you.
Joe, listen, I'm not getting any younger. My heart can't take this shit every week.
Right.
Well, and this is kind of what we thought some of this was going to be, right? You're going to be boat racing teams because the defense is meh, and especially, like you said, with the injuries, that's not helping the situation. So you're going to need them to go out there and score points. And some of these in the playoffs, you might have halves that look like what we just said because of the defenses, and hopefully they can make the good adjustments like they have been at halftime and give Josh enough leeway, I guess, to score enough points to win the game.
I think the difference with this game, too, is and especially
I don't think you're going to be down by 21.
No, but the difference with this game is when they were down 21 with Josh, he didn't start playing hero ball. He still took checkdowns. They still ran the ball. They played their offense and got themselves back into the game.
Yeah,
they played their structured offense. He didn't go run for 50-yard touchdown and do different things like that. And listen, Cincinnati's defense allows you to go run for 50-yard touchdown, so go take advantage of that. Go do that stuff. Yes, are you playing with kryptonite when you do those things? Yes, you do, because you need to play essentially 5 series, 5 touchdowns. Right. Like, you have to be perfect in that spot to get yourself. You're eliminating that room for error. Just like currently right now, you're praying that the Dolphins beat them to try to win the AFC, where if you just went down and took care of business in Miami, we're sitting pretty right now, and you're talking about the 6th AFC East title. Just do what you got to do for the last 3. They put themselves in that situation. They've done it in the past and still have been successful moving through. So
what's been different the last 2 weeks, though, there's a script on the Buffalo Bills. A layman can see this one. Take the ball.
Yep.
Score first.
Yep.
Let the Bills play a different game.
No,
when
he's
they're
not
behind.
wrong. They were talking about it on TV.
I mean,
even when they win the toss, they're taking the ball. They're not deferring.
The Bills,
Yep.
as far as I know, for the rest of the season are going to receive second quarter.
Yeah.
Because every team they
Second
play
half,
is...
yeah.
Or, sorry, second half. Every team's going to take the ball first.
Yep.
that's
Because-
fine, but the script for the Bills winning is they score over 200 points.
Right.
Well, and that's the thing, too.
In the last 2 weeks, they flipped the script. Like they have come back after getting scored on first. They haven't get unnerved. We don't sit there and say, "Oh my God, McDermott." We're not blaming the coaches. They've kept to their game, and they've showed the NFL good luck. I mean, if you want the ball first, you want to score, great. It's not going to change our game plan.
Yeah. They proved that, like he said, this week. They stuck with it. And,
Absolutely.
Yep.
Well, and you hope that they just can keep doing that. I mean, look how excited and unbelievable like these second halves have been, and it's just like, wow, I was questioning if they could do it, and they did it. It was amazing, but like, would anybody have been shocked if they weren't able to make that comeback?
I didn't think they were.
No.
That's fair.
No.
So
Kyle's buddy was, or whoever
You
that
know,
bet was.
He bet on the money line and won big.
When they were down 21 points, he bet on the money line, and he won like $600 or some crazy shit.
And the Chargers game.
I don't think it's sustainable, but I also don't think you're going to have that happen consistently in the playoffs.
No, I think it's a different script. I
Yeah.
think you have a different team. You're playing differently. You're doing different things when you finally get to that place. And the big brother, little brother was when the Bills wanted to play, they went out and beat the piss out of the Patriots, which I think they did week 5 too. They just turned the ball over 3 times and committed
penalties.
13 freaking penalties,
Yeah,
and
that was
still
tough.
lost
By 3
on a walk-off field goal. Like, I think they can oppose their will when they want to oppose their will. I also, this week, we ran duo out of shotgun and hit Dawson Knox on a play action. We haven't seen that before.
Yeah.
Oh, is that the wrinkle that Joe Brady slipped out of the bag?
There were multiple wrinkles that slipped out of the bag this week if you actually look at plays that they called. So they did a lot of different things this week that people haven't seen that threw off the Patriots that I think will throw off teams moving forward. And some of that is you get more players back. Like, you can't run duo when you have Dalton Kincaid sitting out and you have...
Yeah, what was up with that? Because I was sweating bullets with him not playing very much in the first half. And then I'm like, oh, my God, I need 3 catches and like 50 yards out of him. And then I'm like, oh, my God, is he even active?
So he's
I hate this betting shit.
It does make it stressful.
He's coming back from injury. They're going to slow play him in. And it was a hat and T-shirt game for the Patriots. The Bills didn't get a banner for winning in Week 15. I've said that on previous podcasts. I'll continue saying it. You don't get a banner for regular season weeks.
So,
could have if you would have won a couple more games earlier in the season.
You would have gotten a hat and T-shirt.
And then they put it up on the
Yeah.
fucking wall.
Yeah.
Division champs again.
Yes.
if the playoffs were to start today, the Broncos are the 1 seed, Patriots 2, Jacksonville 3, Pittsburgh 4, Chargers 5, our Buffalo Bills 6, Texans 7, Colts 8, Ravens 9, and then that's it. So they're in the hunt. We would end up playing, Jacksonville?
Yep.
That'd be a good matchup, I think, right?
I think there's a better scenario for us.
They played Jacksonville shitty, but it's playoff football. It's different.
Warm weather.
We'd be down there.
Yeah, you're going
you'll be
warm
down
weather.
there.
I don't think it stays that way the next 3
Well,
weeks
I know.
with
I'm just
everything
saying.
else.
Things are going to still move.
So of these available teams, of the 9 possible teams in here, who do you not want to see the first round?
Denver.
Did you say Houston? Are they not in there as of today?
No, they are.
Houston's the
They're
7.
Okay,
so you're not going to see it first.
No, but they're the ones I'm most nervous about because they just seem to have our number, and they do have a pretty stout defense.
I would think they would beat New England if they played them.
That'd be
Yes,
fun.
I think they have our number at their place. If
Yeah,
they
it-
stay 7, you never play them at their
Right.
place.
If we do end up having to play them at some point, it would be here.
Which I don't think they have that. Like some of their advantages of playing at home is you have your 2 tackles playing on silent count. You don't have that playing at home, so you give your offensive line a little bit more help doing that. I think ultimately, I know everybody, I'm fine not taking the AFC East.
I am too.
If you had me pick my dream scenario of how this goes down, give Denver the bye, New England 2, Jacksonville 3, take Pittsburgh and let them win at 4. We stay at 5. The Chargers go to 6, and Houston stays at 7.
Yeah.
So we play Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
Play Pittsburgh.
You want to play Pittsburgh first?
Oh,
Sure,
hell yes.
yeah.
I'll sign up for that.
Especially
all
now
day long.
with TJ Watt
Is
hurt,
bad-
too. Who knows what he's going to end up doing.
He'll be
Collapsed
back, but
lung.
Yeah.
as bad as Miami looked, they were still in the game in the first half, and
Yeah, whatever
As bad
happened in
as
the
that
second
was.
half. Yeah.
so yes, I'll take that. That gives you New England and Houston. Who's taking New England in that game?
Right.
It might be a pick-em, but I understand what you're saying. That might be closer than you would think, but I would feel very good about that.
Only
good
because
about
of the weak Houston offense?
The
No,
weather.
I'm taking Houston in that game. I want
Yeah,
them to win that
yeah.
game. It might be a pick 'em because it's in New England.
Or do you, though?
No, I really do.
Who do you think will
I-
take out
I know,
the
but I
Texans
want
before
them-
us?
Huh?
Do you think the Texans will get knocked out before us?
Then you get the Jags and Chargers, which I think the Jags win that game, but
Yeah.
it really doesn't matter.
Then Denver has to play.
Then Denver plays Houston, and you lose one of the 2 best defenses. You go take care of either Jacksonville on the road, or if it does happen to be that the Chargers win, you have a home game against the Chargers.
They're ahead in standing, those, right?
No, at my dream
He's going to
scenario,
switch it.
I'm
He's
fine.
switching them.
in his dreams over here.
In my dreams, but if you actually look at
But
the
yeah, it's possible,
schedule,
for sure,
it
yeah.
most likely that the Bills will. If you look at percentage-wise, the Bills are skipping odds on that the Bills finish. Their best, the most percentage chance that they have is to finish 5, currently with who they play and who everybody else plays. So you either play Jacksonville at Jacksonville or you play the Chargers at home, and you have Broncos and Houston playing each other and just massacring. I don't care. Just
All right,
whatever.
let's
One's gone.
while we're talking about this, let's rip through here.
Real quick, Kyle, I got to step out. I've got a report from home. I've got to
sorry,
attend to a
Nomar.
child who's not feeling good, so I've got to step out for a little bit.
What's your pick? Quick.
Bills, hands down, Cleveland. It's just by how much?
Okay.
4 scores, 5 scores. It's going to
You
be
Abe Lincoln?
bad. 4 scoring 7 years ago.
4 scores.
Our father brought forth in this continent. So go Bills, gentlemen. Carry on. Thank you, Kyle. And yes, we'll see you hopefully soon.
Go Bills.
Bills are 10-point favorites.
I'll take that.
42.5. Okay, so Chargers are playing Dallas. That's a game. No?
Yeah.
Dallas has got to
still
win
right?
to
They
keep
gotta-
any
yeah.
hope of. Dallas
Yeah.
needs to win,
Where?
and Philly needs to lose.
Where is that?
Hold on one second. I'm flipping between 2 screens here. That game is in Dallas.
Okay.
Dallas is 1.5 favorite.
Okay. That's the home team.
Let's see here. Who else is in the playoffs? Jacksonville's at Denver. That's a game. So if we win, Jacksonville loses. Does that help us go up a seed? Yes, it should, right? Because Jacksonville's 10-4, and we are 10-4.
I'm pulling for Jacksonville to win that game.
Why?
I want Jacksonville to stay ahead of Houston in my dream scenario.
Okay, so let's see who Houston is playing.
Houston's winning. They're playing the Raiders.
Oh, that's a gimme. Okay, so you really want to keep pace with the Texans.
I want to stay ahead of the Texans. I don't, and it's not me. I need Jacksonville to stay ahead of the Texans.
Yeah, no, I agree.
And the Texans are 1 game behind us, so if we were to slip, we would lose a tiebreaker with them, right?
Yep.
I'm not worried about us being out. You have a chance.
No,
to
I'm
be
saying
in.
out. I'm just saying losing a seeding to the Texans.
Yeah, but
Like, do we want to be the 7?
Keep going in your weeks here.
Just real quick, what's our percent? We're in the high 90s right now to get in playoffs, right?
We would have been in the 90s even if they lost to New England.
Okay.
So we can clinch actually if we win on Sunday.
If they lose out, just so everybody knows, if the Bills currently lose every game, they have an 88% chance of making the playoffs.
Oh boy,
that's going 0 for 3 the next 3 weeks.
So Jacksonville at Denver, Pittsburgh at Detroit, Vegas at Houston, New England at Baltimore. So we could get some shakeups here, and San Francisco at Indianapolis.
Which I think you beat Cleveland and Indy loses to San Francisco, which I think
and if New England could lose, Baltimore 3-point favorites.
New England losing this. So here's the only thing that helps us with New England losing this week is you basically take Philly week 17 and it doesn't matter.
I'm okay with that.
The Patriots need to lose against the Dolphins or Jets, right?
Right. So you can by them losing to Baltimore. So this is the question to everybody.
ASMR.
Baltimore wins, puts pressure on the fact that they get a chance to be the 4 seed because that keeps them still in the AFC North.
So they have to win.
They have to win.
Yeah.
If Pittsburgh in the next 2 weeks, they each play each other week 18.
Okay. Pittsburgh,
Baltimore play each other week 18.
So they could be playing for life or death there.
God, that's going to be a shitty football game.
Yeah, but the winner could be in and the loser could be out.
It's probably going to be your Sunday night football game week 18 unless what I'm about to tell you happens. So if Pittsburgh in the next 2 weeks can win one more game than Baltimore wins, week 18 doesn't mean anything. Pittsburgh wins the AFC North and Baltimore is out.
Let's talk about that for 1 second. That is one thing about the NFL that drives me crazy.
What's that?
The division winners get the high seeds, get in the playoffs, and you have all these teams with much better records that don't.
Well, that's been an issue.
Isn't that like that was like hockey, right?
I don't know, but I hate it. I just think the top however many teams should be in. The better
top,
you do,
top 7.
I go back and forth with this because you can have a division like take the NFC West.
Yeah, the Seahawks won it.
Which you have the Seahawks, San Francisco, and the Rams.
Yeah.
Objectively, 3 of the better teams in the NFC. Just
Seahawks are 5 with 11-3.
Yeah, that's
right, but they all play each other twice, right?
Yeah, no, I know, but if you're
giving Philly, who plays like the Giants, the Commanders without Jaden Daniels, you know what I mean? Like,
or what about the NFC South? It's a horrible division,
right?
And one of them is getting in.
One of them's getting in. They've done it. You've had years where they're doing. I think for me, the beef I have is fine. Let them in. Let all your divisions in because if you have a harder one, you're going to lower your score. And essentially, it's the Minnesota Vikings last year got in with a whatever, and were one and done.
Yeah.
And to me, it's the Patriots this year. We all picked Houston to beat them in the first round. They have a better record than us because they played a 4th place schedule and played the top 10 draft class of this upcoming season.
Yeah.
You know, so you can have those like really skewed things where they get a huge amount. Fine. You're not guaranteed a home playoff game. Like you're guaranteed to be in, but you're seeded, you know, Pittsburgh would be seeded 7 instead of 4.
Yeah.
I think is a more fair representation of how it should go. Like, really, in all honesty, whoever wins out of Baltimore, and they should be the 7th seed. They're the lowest, you know.
Yeah.
They're the lowest schedule, you know, ranking. They should be the 7th seed. They shouldn't be the 4th seed with a home game. And really, to be honest with you, I'm okay with it this year because my dream scenario, it works out that we have actually an easier path than teams
because of Pittsburgh.
Because of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Eagles play Commanders, Bills, Commanders.
And the Eagles can win their division this weekend. I don't think, forgive me, they're nowhere near in contention for number 1, right?
The Eagles, no, they're not going to get number 1. The Eagles basically are playing, if they win this week, the last 2 games don't mean anything.
Right.
And they don't even have to win this week. Dallas has to win all 3 of their games.
Right.
And Philly has to lose all 3 of their games. It's the only percentage chance Dallas has of getting in the playoffs.
And Philly, like he just said, plays Washington twice in the next 3 weeks, and they're done. Daniels is done for the year, so they're playing with Mariota, who, yeah,
Arena Football League caliber.
Although he did beat Ohio State in the national title, so
he was he almost beat Denver.
Yeah, this is all right. Let's go to week 17. Let's see here. Denver at Kansas City. God, wouldn't that be funny? Kansas City beats Denver, helps us out while they're out.
who's their backup? Who came in?
Minshew.
Minshew. That's
Gardner
right.
Minshew.
So yes, you have Denver at Kansas City. That's a Thursday night. Oh, that's a Christmas.
Yeah, it's Christmas.
That's Christmas.
3 Christmas games.
Yeah, they're all.
Yeah, they were
god
definitely
awful.
hoping that Mahomes was.
No
playing
offense to
in that
NFL.
game.
I plan on watching Stranger Things that night.
Aren't they?
Yeah.
They're all on Netflix,
I
right?
plan on getting hammered.
The first 2 are on Netflix. The late one is
I think
NBC
Peacock
or something.
Peacock,
Oh, okay.
yeah.
No, the first 2 games are on Netflix, and the third is on Prime.
Oh, Amazon. Yeah,
Prime,
it's
yeah.
Thursday night. Yeah.
Saturday
is the Peacock
is
game.
Peacock.
Yep.
The Peacock. Okay, so Denver at Kansas City is a late game Thursday night, Christmas. Houston at the Chargers. Baltimore at Green Bay. Dude, that Charger Houston game, that's like a pick 'em. That's Houston 1.5 on the road.
Yeah, I would pick Houston to win that game.
You got Pittsburgh at Cleveland, Jacksonville at Indy, Tampa at Miami, New England at the Jets. Could the Jets possibly stun them?
fingers crossed, but
Dude, the line
I'll
on that,
play Sean.
Dude,
Oh, that's a trap game, Kyle.
yeah. The line on that game right now is 9.5 for New England. Really?
I mean, they have nothing to
the
have nothing to
Jets-
play for,
yeah,
right?
they are.
So
Oh,
they're
I'm
just
getting
playing
Miami
for-
and them confused. I would think. Never mind. New England plays Miami, right?
week 18
That game won't mean nothing. Probably
Affiliate
by then.
there.
it actually means probably the AFC East.
Oh, true. I forgot about that.
Right, they can't lose to
Yeah.
the Jets or
Right.
Miami.
Every single game for Week 18 is TBD.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Every single one of them.
Except for ours.
No, every single one of
yeah.
them.
every single
At
one.
this point, it is. Yeah,
Well,
Every single one of
My
them.
tickets say 1:00, so they better let me know.
Might not be.
It's
I'd be
TBD
willing to
on
bet
the
it's 1
website.
o'clock.
Does it?
Yeah.
It's 1:00 on my because I looked.
Yeah, if you
Why, say
actually
put you at
go,
the night
it's
game or
probably your
something.
printed ones. But
No,
if you
they're
go
digital.
To,
They're
if you
digital
go to buy a ticket currently for Week 18, it,
It
still
says TBD.
TBD.
I'll look. Let me see if it changed.
Well, they're
What if
probably.
they move you to the night game?
I don't care. I'll go. I'm going no
Could
matter
be a
what.
Saturday game.
My wife might care, but I don't give a shit because she's going with me to that one. Let's see.
I remember when we sat here at the beginning of the season saying that game was like
Worthless.
going to be nothing.
Yep.
You know, they were going to be so
Sean had the
far
Bills locking up
with
the
our easy schedule. They were
Sean
gonna
had
be
the
so
AFC
far,
locked
had
up for the
everything
Bills
locked.
like Week 10.
Yeah.
In your face, Sean. You're not here to defend
We should
yourself
go back
now.
and look at my predictions for this season and see how close I was to what actually happened.
You want to see that what you got?
Not only is the
Okay,
time
I'll tell you.
TBD, the date is TBD.
Right, because they can play Saturday.
Okay, Brendan,
2 Saturday games.
you have picked. You picked starting from Week 1. You picked the Ravens. You picked the Jets. You picked the Dolphins. You picked the Saints. You picked the Patriots. So,
I got it there.
Yeah, you picked the Bills against the Falcons. Then you got a bye week.
That one.
Then you got the Bills, Panthers. You picked the Chiefs. You picked the Bills against the Dolphins. You were wrong there. You picked Tampa. You picked the Texans.
I knew it.
And you picked the Bills, Steelers. Then you got the Bengals and the Patriots. So, I don't know. What's your record there?
Probably exactly
50-50?
now.
Yeah. 50.
Do it.
I
So,
think the Bills got you by a game or two.
1 or 2.
yes.
6 or 7.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, like, things are falling into place, right, this year? Like I said earlier, no Mahomes, possibly no Lamar, no Joe Burrows.
I still don't think it's the easy. I know you're not playing any of them. Josh doesn't play those quarterbacks. Your defense does.
You don't feel good about this?
Denver and Houston, I think, objectively have probably the 2 best defenses that have gone through the AFC in multiple years.
Okay, so who has the best running offense in the AFC potential playoffs except for us? Because running a good, strong running team, Travion Henderson, I don't know how you pronounce his name, I forgot, torched us.
New England.
Okay.
New England does. Jacksonville does. Pittsburgh does not. You'd have us.
Chargers,
the Chargers do not.
Not really.
They don't have an
Denver.
offensive line. Denver doesn't. Houston
no.
doesn't really. So really it's Jacksonville and New England possibly.
I probably don't want to play those two teams.
Well, defense makes all the difference, too.
Right.
I mean, defense wins championships, they say.
New England had a highly ranked defense, correct?
They did, but they've also played they've played the easiest strength of schedule in 20 years.
20 years.
20 years.
Let me
They won't next year.
let me fact check you on that one because I had it up
I did
a
it.
second ago.
I did a quick Google search too. Just whatever chat.
If you use it, if you don't use it, you lose it.
No, I was looking at scores, and average scores in the NFL regular season all time is like 26 points a game ish for one team. In the playoffs, it drops by a touchdown. So defense is definitely a thing in the playoffs, and that's going to be something that we're going to have to overcome on the defensive side of the ball. We're going to have to,
I think the Bills are actually better in that scenario.
Okay.
Only because I think the Bills' offense is better at scoring in the given amount of times that they actually have the ball.
Okay.
Some of the beef with people around here is they want the offense to run and gun it, get more opportunities. Essentially, I'll use the Tampa Bay Bucks game for this one. Okay, the Bills scored 40-some points. Bucks scored 30-some points on them. You can say the defense played horrible, but the defense per drive average points scored actually was one of their better games. But the Bucks had more opportunities to score.
Gotcha. Okay.
In the playoffs, you get less opportunities to score. The Bills are more efficient at what they do, scoring,
I hear you. Okay.
and you really only need like one or two stops out of the Bills, which I think, especially the last month, you can sit there and say, give me one or two stops in the second half.
And they've done it, yeah.
They've done it. They've done it all year long. If you're not fully enraged, throwing your fist through a wall and totally pissed off in the first half, which is understandable.
Yeah. And like you said, too, we're only getting stronger as far as like Oliver coming back.
Yeah,
and
you have better parts coming back.
do you take a chance at a pseudo bye this week? And if people are banged up, don't play them?
So this week isn't the pseudo bye. The one where I was kind of hinting at earlier in the podcast is if Baltimore wins against New England next week, you essentially, the game against Philly doesn't matter. You can technically lose that and still have a chance at the AFC East. You do kind of screw yourself with the whole like wild card. So you are putting a lot of eggs in the basket of you need the Jets or
Yeah.
you need them to actually win. You need the Jets or Miami to win one of those 2 weeks, and you really could rest week 17 if you wanted to.
Okay. I was just thinking more along the lines it's Cleveland.
Rest 17, play 18.
In theory, the way that the schedule lays out, if you're trying to win the AFC East, yes, that's the way that it happens. Only if on Sunday night Baltimore beats
Okay.
New England.
So okay.
Week 17 essentially becomes meaningless for the AFC East title.
Right. So I've got your strength of schedule here. New England's a .372. Denver, a 393. So not much better than them. So
What was ours?
the Buffalo Bills was a 480.
Okay. That's a little jump.
It's a huge jump.
Yep.
And everybody says the Bills had a cupcake. Like, just think about that. The Bills had a cupcake schedule. They're at 480, and New England's at 3.3.
I will say this. Denver and New England have the two lowest strength of schedules in the entire league this year. So
There are some other more advanced
SOV,
analytics
strength of
that
victories?
I don't have with me, but like if you look at offensive and defensive like EPAs, where they rank, and they took the last like 15, 20 years and try to match them with teams that went into the playoffs, or like the closest team that you were like offensively ranked EPA and defensively ranked.
New England does not have very good strength of victories.
New England actually, all three teams that they were matched to, all three missed the playoffs.
Interesting.
Like they would break the record. Like they were trying to match like the AFC. It was pretty cool because they matched the Bills. I don't think it was the Buffalo Bills. It was a national thing that it was, but two of the teams won the Super Bowl that the Bills were matched to that currently had offensive and defensive EPAs.
Okay. It's encouraging.
Encouraging.
Yeah.
Doesn't guarantee
You gotta
anything.
do it.
You
You
got to
gotta
actually
play the
go
games.
do it. It's cool to have the stat. It's not like you got to go play the games, but I do think like New England has 100% like benefited from the fact that they're playing no one. Absolutely no one. And had some freaky wins. Like if you go back, they beat Tampa. Go look at the game and how they beat Tampa. Like they shouldn't have beat Tampa. Like even down to Atlanta. They shouldn't have beat Atlanta. Atlanta should have beat them. Like they've had games where in their win that they should not have won.
Yeah. Yeah. And you got to think too that they came out ready for us and we beat them, so yeah.
A lot of the defensive players said that it was the best 15 plays on offense scripted against them that they've seen all season long. But they had 2 weeks to do those. Right. And through the kitchen sink, you had a flea flicker in there. Yep. Drake May hasn't run the ball statistically at all. Ran for 2 touchdowns on quarterback design raw. You adjusted in the second half and put a spy in so that he couldn't run anymore and did nothing after that. They actually played – the defense played and mirrored more like how the Bills typically play either Lamar or Mahomes in the second half, where they rush 3, drop 1 into spy, do a lot of like fake like everybody up at the line. You don't know who's rushing, who's not, and dropping different things. So even Milano, a lot of the blitzes or the 2 sacks that he was the 4th rusher on that. He only rushed 3. He was the 4th that came in.
I'll say this, though. Drake May looks like he could be one of the better young quarterbacks in the league.
I'm not saying he's not good. He's just in that younger, kind of he's Josh,
throws a nice ball.
He's going to be a problem.
He's going to be good.
Yeah.
I will give the Patriots that due. He will be good.
Yeah.
I just don't think he's there yet.
I did hear also that, do you think this was a McDermott thing or a Babbage thing, that we showed them 8 different defenses in the second half?
I heard that on 8 straight plays or something like that.
8 straight plays.
Yeah. Sorry.
Never saw the same defense twice.
Yeah.
They threw.
Who is that, though?
Yes.
I think it's both. I really do think this year there's some truth to the fact that one's calling one part of the defense and the other one's calling the other part of the defense.
What do you mean by parts? What parts would that be?
So there's some talk that the back half of the offense or back half of the defense, I think it was called by Babbage, and the front half was McDermott at certain parts. So they were getting like 2 different calls of what they wanted to do, which if you listen to a lot of the post-game things, they talk about how...
Oh, where's Rob? He's the one that watches all the interviews.
Is this complimentary football talk?
Well, it's not complimentary. It's that the pass rush marries the coverage on the back end, and the coverage didn't marry the pass rush on the front end.
Which is kind of surprising that they would
do
call
2 separate
2 different things. Right. Yeah.
I think
like they should be like in conjunction.
It should be in conjunction. I think that's where some of the schematics of this.
That was the first half they did that?
Well, Atlanta is one that I can speak to right off the bat.
You mean first half of the season?
Like the first half of the season.
Oh.
I think they've gotten better and maybe not have done that.
That seems dumb. Like, why? That seems like it's confusing. Like, why would you
Not
have
just
2 different people
confusing,
call
but
on the
just
same defensive play?
Everybody's doing their best educated guess on all of these things, but if you look at the first half, Bernard's like running around crazy. There were plays where he was still running, calling the play, and they were snapping the ball, especially in Baltimore. They did it to him a couple times.
Yeah.
Where I think they were
week
1, you're trying to do that stuff. You're not fully there. I think they're probably.
I forgot he was on our team.
Well, you need him because I would say out of everything out of this week, I don't think that he doesn't go back in for Shaq Thompson. This was probably his worst game, Shaq Thompson's, of the season currently right now.
It's good to at least get him healthy, though. They have that ability to just get him healthy.
Some depth.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
exactly. But I think a lot of people were talking about just leaving him on the bench as a captain, and I think this week was the reality week of, like,
It's just like
I don't
the
think you
backup
can
quarterback.
ever leave those guys on the bench. I mean, the way that their defense works, they rotate these guys in. I mean, guys need rest.
Well, your last
Depends how Bernard looks when he comes back in.
your last play. What stood out to me, the last play the defense had, you drop Bosa in, but you also they showed 5 at the line and dropped to 2 ends. So Bosa dropped. Do you know who the other end was?
Epinesa, the other guy.
Huh?
TJ Sanders.
Rousseau.
Not a defensive end at all.
Oh,
Linebacker was Williams. You had your third linebacker, arguably some might say your fourth linebacker in depth chart, if everybody's healthy, was your 5th guy on the line. Setting the edge. He dropped back into coverage, so did Bosa on that play. But he's done a lot of that stuff. They've used him a lot more of he's kind of like fills the pseudo Michael Hoyt kind of role when they do some of that stuff where they put 5 guys up and drop. He's been in some of those situations. But I noticed that. Like they said, they only rushed 3, dropped to 2 ends, and I'm like looking at it again on the All-22, and I'm like, it's a linebacker. It's William. And then it's like Milano wasn't even out there for that play.
Is there commentary on the All-22?
No.
Just straight film.
Straight film.
Where, I might have missed him when I stepped out to go to the restroom. Where's Morgan Fox?
Did he dress? I don't think he dressed for this game.
Yeah, I don't know.
When are they waiting to bring him in a game?
He played the week prior.
What number was he?
I'm not sure. He played a couple series, nothing crazy. They played him on the outside.
Oh.
But he played the week Bosa was out. So
Okay.
once Bosa went in,
Gotcha.
Fox came out. That was the switch.
Okay, another random thing of a new acquisition to the team or newer. Brandon Cooks, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, one catch, 2 catches
I think he only had one catch, didn't he? Because he dropped
in the
that
first
big
game,
one.
and he didn't have a registered catch this past game.
Yeah,
Correct?
he did not have one this week.
Yeah.
Dropped one. You can say that about all the wide receivers.
Absolutely.
And the same thing happened last year. I feel like with what's his name that they brought in,
Mari Cooper.
Mark
Cooper.
Yeah.
You're
He
just-
wasn't
it's
like
not-
you're not going to get high numbers of receptions.
You
these guys.
do not know all of the offense, so there's just straight up plays that he's not out there because he doesn't know where he's running.
So he hasn't been here long enough to know the playbook. Somebody said that he actually was grasping the playbook really well.
Yeah, he's played a little bit more, I think, than others have at this point.
He's
which
been
you
around the
can
league.
still
He
sit
knows
there-
a lot of
right.
offenses.
You can sit there and say, like, you've played all the things, but you got to know what the call is. And, it's not necessarily the first call, because the first call you can go out and say, okay, what am I running? Oh, you're inside slant, you're a hook, you're a 10-yard, whatever. It's when Josh gets the line and goes, kill, kill, kill,
Right.
checks to
what are you
something,
doing?
and now you're out on an island, and you're like, I don't know what the hell I'm running, which is the Amari Cooper with Keon Coleman, his first touchdown where last year, where everybody's like, he tell you what route to, obviously he did. He's like, you're going, yeah. Kind of one of those things.
How funny is that he asked him what to do.
Yeah.
And I will say Coleman at that point didn't bury him. He could have buried him and said he did. And he's like, no, he knew what route. He was asking, and it's understandable. That's why. Oh, and it's across the league. Like Rashid Shaheed, you gave up 4 and 5. Like, what has he done for Seattle? Truly, it's not like he's lit that on fire. Really, the one that has been the biggest impact at trade deadline is Jacoby Myers.
So
he's been pretty good in Jacksonville.
So
Going to Jacksonville.
Yeah.
So let me ask you this. Is this a Brady doesn't know how to scheme wide receivers open better? Is it the actual individual? If the Bills were to make an offseason play for Justin Jefferson, would he even become an impact player here, or does Joe Brady not know how to make that new system work?
I think you can't say he doesn't know how to scheme players together. Cooks was open by like 15 yards, juggled the ball halfway
Right, he
across
should
the
have caught
field,
that
and
ball.
still should have caught the
Okay,
ball.
one target.
Right, but you had that. You had Palmer wide open on Gonzalez earlier. Josh missed the ball too.
Okay.
You're throwing to tight ends.
Right.
I
So
go
you
back
could-
to,
you
I'm
could
sorry,
summarize-
you're throwing to Kelsey. I know he's not Kelsey, but you're
Right.
building an offense to throw to Kelsey. You know what I mean? Like, that's like peak Kelsey.
Sure.
Why they got rid of Tyreek.
I mean-
is because you're not throwing to the wide receivers. You're throwing to tight ends.
Right, whatever
throwing
works.
To Noah Gray, you're throwing to Kelsey, you're throwing to all the tight ends.
So I have a little trade scenario for Justin Jefferson here.
It's
so
just the one I saw.
Probably.
Yeah, God.
You're a
First
genius.
rounders.
So here's Justin Jefferson and a 2027 6th-round pick for us. And then we give up 2 first-rounders and a 7th-rounder, and then Keon Coleman.
Oh, that's not the one I saw.
Sign it.
All right. Sign it.
Deal.
And you give up 3 other players.
I saw a scenario someone put up. In fact, it was FanDuel that involved Josh. No.
What? Well,
Yeah, I know.
The problem
They do
with
it for clicks.
Dennis, why
They
I
do it
say
for
you give up
clicks.
3 other players
The money.
is money.
Yeah.
He's $30 million on the cap. You don't have that cap space.
Yeah.
Like that's what everybody misses on this. See,
See,
you're going to take one of those guys. Like anybody signing up for DK Metcalf, he was the number 1 wide receiver paid in free agency this year. Or
What has he done this
traded.
year either?
nothing.
not a whole lot, yeah.
I have him on my fantasy team. He's done nothing.
So, like, I mean, that's what you're like. As much as you want to sit there and say, like, I want that guy, like, that's what that guy would have been. You would have lost multiple other players to do that. I don't want that guy. I want Cook.
DK Metcalf.
I'm fine with Cook. Like, part of the reason why I said you didn't, like, earlier than this, I was one of the ones that sit there and said, like, okay, you don't
Mid.
need to sign James Cook for what you signed him for.
He's mid.
And the only reason why I said you don't need to do that is because the money that you're spending for James Cook, you can go out and get somebody, you know what I mean? Like, you can get probably a better wide receiver and still get something from a running back. They chose to give it to James Cook, and I'm fine with it. Like, with the offensive line,
Yeah,
it's
I think it's
panned
right.
out.
You know what?
They were the
I'm
number
starting to
1
pick
rush.
up what you're saying, right? Like, we don't need to invest in all these receivers because we don't use them. You have good tight ends. You've invested a lot in Knox. You better try to get as much out of the guys you can because you're paying a lot for them. You paid James Cook, and you're paying Allen.
And you have Dalton Kincaid. Like, when he's healthy,
He's good.
he's off the charts good. Like, he's
Yeah.
EPA-wise, depth of target, all of that other stuff. When he's healthy, he's beating the crap out of everybody.
Well, and how many games have we had where we've had all of those weapons all healthy at one time?
None.
Like
Yeah,
none.
probably not
Why can't we
None.
get Palmer in the mix here?
Is Samuel still on the team?
Like,
On
He's on
IR.
yeah, he's he gone.
Yeah.
All right.
It's Hoyt. Hoyt's definitely not an option to
He's
come back.
not
right?
coming back.
He
He's
tore his
torn
Achilles,
Achilles,
right?
so
Yeah.
he's back next year.
Yeah.
Ed Oliver's your one to come back.
They think he's going to be back for playoffs.
I think he'll be back for playoffs. He's basically pushing in. I mean, it's nice that you threw that out there and we're like a 99% chance of making it.
It's anytime we say playoffs, I usually hit the button. I've been holding off tonight.
I had to like kind of quell that few weeks past, but you know they got there. So you have him with the potential of coming back. I think you still have Taylor Rapp with the potential of coming back.
I forgot about that guy.
Yeah, everybody forgot about that guy. I mean, you have Bernard, who's currently on the team but not playing,
right.
can come back.
Benford didn't play this week.
Benford didn't play this week with a toe.
Oh, where are we at with Dorian Strong? Is he an IR? Like
he is
done or what?
I think the reports last week were that he was not doing well.
Yeah.
And that might be just lost altogether.
What's up with him?
Neck.
He had a neck injury. It hasn't been going good, and it might be just
Like
Career-ending.
career ending?
career ending.
Oh, that sucks.
I mean, that's tea leaves. I hope he comes back. He was doing well for the Bills, but that's that. I mean, you look at the safety room, right? I mean,
Where's Hancock? Bring in Hancock for a little bit.
he
been
is.
out there
He's,
a little bit.
he's
He played last
playing a
week.
little
Yeah,
bit, but like you didn't play DeMar. You're not playing Rapp. Like your safety room is half of what it was.
DeMar's hurt, isn't he?
Is he still
Yeah,
in
he's
IR?
still
Is he?
hurt. Yeah, he's on
We
IR too.
want him to stay there too.
I'm not saying that, but I mean you're losing these. These are guys that potentially like that you started out your original 53 with that aren't there.
Let's talk about the most important position on this team that we haven't talked about, other than punter.
Kicker.
Kicker. Who did we sign and what happened to Prater? When did he get hurt?
Badgley.
Michael Badgley.
Badgley.
Yeah.
Badgley and Prater got hurt on
The last kick.
the last kick,
Which he
Kickoff.
made.
No, kickoff.
Oh, the kickoff.
Kick
He hurt
off.
himself on kickoff, or did he hit,
Kickoff,
or he hit
yes.
some, or he ran into
No, he hurt
someone.
himself on kickoff, kicking the ball.
Okay. So
He'll be
where?
back.
Who's the guy? Who's the guy we signed? Where's he from?
Michael Badgley. He was last with the Colts, I believe.
Okay.
And he's pretty like I guess the kids would say mid. Like sometimes he's good. Sometimes
He was
not.
Great.
Missed 3 extra points and 1 field goal this year before he got hurt with the Colts.
Oh,
I was
boy.
hoping they were going to sign that Blankenship. That I
With
think
the
he also
glasses?
used to be with
Yeah.
the Colts. I think.
What's with all
Yeah.
these Colts guys?
Oh no! My son said that this guy he films videos every single week of him hitting the longest field goals that were hit that week in the NFL or something like that.
Who Blankenship?
Blankenship. Yeah, I guess
Well,
he,
it's
like,
easy to
posts
do
them.
when no one's
And
rushing.
that's what he said too. But
That's funny.
I think it's
I kinda
that.
thought
I,
he
thi-
was a
I think this
potential.
one gives you some stability. Badgley's been in the NFL for a while, a little bit more veteran presence.
yeah,
It's hard to say they put him on the practice squad. It's kind of smart. Gets you a you get to leave. It's hard to say where Prater is because he's on the practice squad. You can elevate him 3 times. They only play 3 more times, so he could
Right.
technically be that. And then when you get to the playoffs, he can just play off of the practice squad. So we'll see where Prater actually is if he does come back, or when he does. It could be just something quick, or it could be this is our new kicker for the end of the season.
yeah.
Definitely out this week though.
Find that jersey, Brendan.
He's going to be back. He was having a fantastic season. Everybody's shitting on him.
Yeah.
He was having one of his
you
best
might have to
seasons
get
he
a
ever
Badgley
had.
jersey.
Oh, I don't know about that one.
You don't want to rush it?
They just want him for kickoffs. I don't even think they're going to need to kick a field goal this
Yeah.
week.
They have Ray Davis. What are you talking
Davis.
about?
Go for 2. If you need Ray Davis kick your field goals, you need somebody for the kickoffs is a thing.
Right.
So you got to land in that stupid zone. So
Well, while he's doing that, should we start going around the table for picks?
Yeah, it sounds good.
I promise I'd get you up by 9.
or are we going to make you drink some bourbon first?
I'm
before
sipping
the
it,
picks?
and this one is just as good as the others.
Pure
I haven't
gasoline.
heard you coughing over there. or
Oh,
anything.
I tried to suppress it as best I could.
He has a mute button.
Yeah, Dennis, why don't you kick us off here?
All right. Well, I think that the Bills will definitely win. I think that
Definitely win.
definitely win.
What are you willing to put on it?
I'd put $20 on it.
All right.
So not your house.
Yeah. No. Definitely not. No.
Okay.
I think it'll be like 24 to like 20-ish.
Really?
Nothing,
That close,
nothing
huh?
crazy. I think I love Myles Garrett. So my question really is
How many sacks?
not how much. Well, it's when he breaks the sack record.
He's at 21 and a half.
Yeah. So he's
So he needs one.
one to tie it, 1 and 1.5 to break. So
Yeah, he needs 1.5 to break.
what quarter does he break the record?
Yeah.
Sure.
Third.
He can have the record as long as we win. I don't care.
'Cause
I agree.
We've been
I agree.
averaging, 2 sacks or so a game?
I think so.
Giving up?
Yeah, about that.
And I looked just
I
to
mean,
make
it's
sure
skewed by that 8-sack game, probably.
Yeah. I did make sure that it's grass we're playing on because I just don't want anybody to get hurt. That's all I
Yeah,
care
no,
about.
it is. Yeah, grass. Yeah.
Yeah.
Were they not going to play if you didn't clear that?
No, I wouldn't let him. I'd tell him no, and that's it.
All right, so you're doing 24-20.
Yep.
All right, Brandon, let's hear what you got.
I think they're going to win. I mean, Cleveland's just not very good. I mean, and even with Myles Garrett, he's good, but their defense hasn't been playing especially well around him as somebody who has their defense in their fantasy league.
I hear you need to. It sounds like you need to add and
My
drop a
fantasy
few.
league is not so great. Yeah, I think the Bills are going to win. I would say Bills 29, Browns 36.
Is Sanders their full-time starter now?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right.
They said he's going to start every remaining
Rest of the game?
unless he
Okay.
gets hurt or
All right.
something. But yeah,
All right, Mike.
I'm going to stick with my 31. I'm going to say 31-16.
Okay.
Bills.
Joe?
I don't think Sanders is the one. They have Judkins is very good at running back, so I think
He wasn't this
pops.
week.
Wasn't this week, but he hasn't played our defense yet, so
He could pop off.
Yeah.
I think he might get 1 or 2. Not worried about that, and I'm actually kind of optimistic that the Bills will not give up the sack record against Garrett. Only
I'm going to
'cause
bet
of-
that he does on my fantasy thing or whatever it's called.
You're going to bet that he does?
No. I'm going to bet. I'm going to probably put a leg on that he'll get at least a sack.
The only reason I go with this, I don't think he'll do this. I know Houston was Houston, but they had 2 of them.
Yeah.
And you played with Spencer Brown with half a
Half
Half arm.
Is that the side that Garrett's on Spencer Brown?
Garrett's
side?
actually on Ruben.
Okay.
Ruben.
Oh,
Or
Dawkins.
I'm not.
Oh,
Dawkins,
you just
I'm
turned
sorry.
back the clock.
Wow.
Holy moly.
Way back. Have
Right,
another one.
right spot, though.
Yeah.
So we should
Ruben
anticipate
Brown.
some classic Dawkins holding penalties this week.
Yeah.
So you might
False
get a
starts.
couple of
All
those.
starts, yeah.
But I also think you're going to get the TJ Watt experience of, TJ really didn't do anything against us. They planned and schemed and
Yeah.
got the ball away from him.
So you're saying that one sack isn't probably a good bet?
I could see him get it. I could see it
averaging
either
like
way.
2 sacks a game.
Yeah, he also got like 4-on-4 plays early in the season too. I just think the Bills.
I need to win money.
I think the matchup this week means the Bills can possibly do some stuff to kind of stop Garrett, where they couldn't do it against Houston.
Because there's just too many of them.
I think, there's
And the injuries.
I think it was more of the injuries, and I don't think it was the injuries to the offensive line. I think it was the injuries outside of that. You did not have Kincaid playing against Houston. The Bills threw everybody possibly that they could out to try to go catch a ball and didn't keep anybody in to block. Where you changed the script in Pittsburgh, they chipped TJ, they did different things. They moved, Josh got the ball out quick before he could even get there. They ran the ball down their throat. Like you were more multidimensional, I think, against Pittsburgh than you were against Houston.
Okay.
I am one that if you have everybody against Houston, I think you beat Houston. And the last few years that we played Houston in Houston, we have not had we haven't had Kincaid for either of those games.
All right. What do you got in this game?
I'm not picking only due to superstition whatsoever.
All right. Okay.
I will mentally tell you who I have him.
Okay. I will go. Mike, I'll tell you what. If the Bills are losing in the first half, I'm playing that money line.
Yeah, I will too. Trust me.
You can do that?
You can bet live.
You can bet live.
Yeah,
Okay.
the odds change throughout the whole game depending on the score.
Oh.
That's why he won so big, because the odds to win before the game were much closer, but when you're 3 touchdowns down,
Okay.
yep. So that's why you do the live, and that's why he nailed all that money.
Okay. And I want you want a negative or you want a bigger plus?
Well, you want to look at the win probability. Like
Well,
if Cleveland's at like an 80% win probability, you're probably going to get really good odds for the Bills.
And by good, you mean he like, for example, when we're down, right?
Going
When we
plus
were down
number.
21. Yeah, he was down. If he bet, how much did he put on it? $10?
10.
So we were down. It was probably in the 3,000 plus 3,000% range, because he also bet the Eagles game or the Chargers game too. Yeah. So that's where it was.
So I want a bigger plus.
Plus. Now, keep in mind though, when you bet that, the odds are much worse to hit it.
Yeah,
but when you do hit it, it's worth it. You know?
Yeah. Okay. All right. I will go Buffalo Bills 38, Cleveland Browns 18.
Okay.
My mom, sister, and my nephew are going to this game.
Nice.
Yep.
I hear you can get tickets for like less than $50.
They're going for free.
Oh, well, there you go.
Yeah.
That's the right price.
Yeah. So, all right, folks. We'll see if we talk for the 4th week in a row about a dismal first half and a complete turnaround second half game, or if they come out the gates firing on all 8 cylinders. We will see. All right.
All right.
Go Bills.
Go Bills.
Go Bills.
Go Bills.
Be good, do good. God bless, and go Bills.
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard. At no point in your rambling, incoherent response were you even close to anything that could be considered a rational thought. Everyone in this room is now dumber for having listened to it. I award you no points, and may God have mercy on your soul.
The ZaBillsPodcast is naturally assembled by Kmart Studio Productions. Sponsored by Does It Chiropractic and MJB Electric. Thank you for listening. If you haven't already, please rate, review, and leave a comment. It certainly won't hurt. Executively produced. Executive sound engineering. Fundraising. Music. Lighting. recruiting, treasury, pizza, costume design. All by yours truly, me, Kyle. And all artwork was created by Avery and Mark Grisham.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for coming. Please drive carefully and arrive home safely. Good night.
Yeah, baby. Yeah.